Welcome back, Cash Club TV. And this time, man, I'm talking about my boy Russ, man. We got to bring him up, man. We got to do it. So Russell Westbrook, man, his legacy, is it winning or is it just numbers? I don't know. For years, the narrative around him, he dominated the postseason in stats and regular seasons with triple doubles, but man, the turnovers, the bad decisions, he has relentless energy, so I'm gonna give him that. But it does have an impact on team success, either north or south. So we're just gonna have to unpack that in this video. So the biggest thing that I want to talk about is, does he have impact to winning, or he's just a stat stuffer? What does he do to your team? Does he upgrade it or does he downgrade it? I don't know. We don't know. So let's go beyond the box score. Let's go behind the real story. He's a great superstar, but let's just see. Is he a superstar when it comes to winning? All right, so the common narrative, right? The stat pattern, the ball hog, chasing numbers. But to his credit, basketball is different. He dictates the pace. He has defensive intensity, which spikes the whole team. And he is dissecting on every possession. So this is me looking at somebody who is a superstar, and I'm dissecting him at the highest level. So just know that. So his style is full throttle. He's chaotic. He's emotional, and he can be sometimes a problem. But under the chaos, he does have some production, and he has led to wins. I'm not saying he hasn't, especially the year KD was out. I'm not gonna lie. So from 2011 to I'll say 2016, OKC had one of the highest playoff win rates with Westbrook and Durant together. Even when Durant went down, Russ dragged lineups. They had no business being in there at all, especially in April. So we do remember all the missed shots and turnovers, but hey, we gotta be honest, man. What he did against that finals with the Heat, that was bad. I don't care, that was bad. That was one of the worst halves of basketball I've ever seen. I'm just gotta put it up there. I gotta say it. Russ, I ain't hating on you, brother, but it is what it is. I gotta say it. I have to. If we being honest here, I have to. So let's just wind a little bit back during them years. So during them OKC years, right? What you saw, raw energy, you saw evolution of the point guard, him and Derrick Rose being that explosive point guard. You really don't see that a lot, right? He had KD, but he was the emotional core. He was the emotional engine, the spark plug that made that OKC offense explosive. If I'm just being real, I'm going to be honest. In that 2012 playoffs, he averaged 23, 6, and 5. They went on a finals run. They took down the Spurs, which is that's a dynasty. So we got to get that to him. We have to get that to him. All right. But some say he was in the way of Durant. I'm just going to be real with you. I feel like he was in the way. There's no way he should be taking more shots than his other superstar. That's a scorer. What is going on? What's going on? I don't know. You don't know. He didn't want to take a back seat. He didn't want to be a point guard, in my opinion. If he's by himself, cool. But he's the reason why Durant, you're including this too, because you're not off the hook, why they had that 2016 collapse for the Warriors and why Durant left. It was him. Durant has set it on a burner. It's been reported. He didn't want to play with that man anymore. And he had attitude, right? But I'll give him this. Let me give him a little bit of praise. During that historic MVP season in 2017, when he was by himself, he averaged 37, 11, and 10, which is, in the playoffs, 37, 11, and 10, and he averaged a triple-double. That's not empty production. It's not empty production. Trust me, it's not. But he had to be a one-man show. He does not play well with other stars. It's just how certain people are made. We've seen it time and time again with Allen Iverson, Luka learned how to merge, but it's these players that are just so ball dominant in they're the system that it's never gonna work with other superstars. It just doesn't. It will, but after a while, it just gonna cause too many issues, man. It just is. It's just what happens, man. It's gonna cause way too many issues. So he definitely has the clutch moments. Game 5 versus Houston, he's down double digits. Westbrook scored 46 or assist on 46 of the 50 points in the second half. They didn't win the series, but the effort did try to impact winning. So I'm not gonna get doing bad on that one. But before that, it was he just didn't. I'm sorry, he just didn't impact winning, for being real. If we're just being honest here, he didn't. You had a great team where you kind of just had to play your role. I'm not saying be Draymond Green, but you could be an upgraded version of Ben Simmons. Hey, KD and James, let me chill. Let me get my 21, 9, and 8. Let me feed you. KD, I want you averaging 32 this year. You did. Let me become a defensive anchor, defensive backbone. All this is going on. Yes, you had Perk. Yes, you had Ibaka. Yes, Cephalosha, all these different characters through that time. It started with you. But you wanted to score. I'm not tripping. But in my opinion, he messed up those OKC teams. I'm just being honest. Not saying nobody else had a hand in it, but he had a huge hand in it. Right? So, you're there. You have your superstar team. They all leave you. You're there yourself. All right, OKC said, this is not working. Let's go into another direction. So what do? You go to Washington. You get traded there, right? Or was it Houston? It was Houston, right? Yeah, it was Houston. Yep. Now you're back with James Harden. Now people are like, can he coexist with him? Can they coexist? Let's be honest, it was a rough start. He tried to reinvent himself. But that shooting percentage starting was terrible. I'm not saying he averaged bad numbers, but the way he messed up the chemistry of the team was terrible. He held the ball, he made bad decisions, he was super rushed, didn't shoot the ball well, and you can't play with a center in there. So now you have a 6'5" PJ Tucker, and you got to get rid of your center because it just doesn't work anymore. That's what he does to teams. He's a veteran. You don't have a jump shot? You can't shoot. You used to be a decent pull-up shooter. I don't know what happened. Nobody knows. So, they did beat OKC in 7 games, which it should have went 7. But hey, they did. They did. They end up losing to the Lakers. It's just the size, what he did to a team. And what did Houston say? We're good on you. I don't think you help us win. I think you can help carry your team to a second tier playoff position. But that's it. You're not winning a championship with Russ on that team. Let's get rid of you. So what they do? He goes to Washington. Right? Cool. How's Washington? Everybody wrote that team off. He led the Wizards to the 13th seed. From the 13th seed to the playoffs, He averaged 22, 12, and 12 down the stretch. He helped them out. They ended up losing the first round. Him and Bradley Beal, they weren't competitive when it comes to overall winning. He gave you that spark again, but he's just there. It was just a stop. To me, it's just a stop. If I'm being honest, right? If I'm being honest, that's a stop. I've never seen one. If I've never seen somebody just be there and it's just like, okay, it's kind of quiet. Okay, cool. We can do that. That's cool. We can make it work, I guess. But we got to get up out of here. So what does he do next? What does he do next? He goes to another team. All right? How does that work out for him? He goes to the Lakers. Can you imagine that? He goes to the Lakers. And they just look terrible. There's no spacing, no chemistry. And again, what is he doing on your team? He's making you guys worse. You got AD and LeBron looking at him like, why do we have this dude on the court? He can't make threes. He looks terrible. He might have some lowlights I didn't put in this video. I'm being respectful. That you're like, man, we got to start looking in another direction. All-time low numbers, all-time low impact to winning. That's what I would say. I'll just leave it at that if I'm being real. We just got to be real. If I'm just being honest, we have to be real. They said, get him out of here. We don't need him. Sorry, Russ. You had some highlights here and there. No impact to winning. Zero. So, now, what do? Trade him again. And where does he go? Clippers. They don't even care. They send him straight to the Clippers. Think about that. They're just like, I'll go to Clippers. Bye. See you. We're not scared. So this is where it gets crazy, right? So this is midseason. He goes there. He has Kawhi, Paul George, but they were hurt. And he did pretty decent here. I will say this. He averaged 23-7-7 over the final 3 games. He's overly the best player on the floor from the 2023 playoffs. Defense, he played well. He got a good block on Durant at the rim. He got a clutch defensive stop. He sealed the win. He had a great energy, leadership. So this is like, okay, Russ, maybe you'll be a little bit better here, right? Even that, the critics were like, maybe this might be a mature version of Russ. He wasn't chasing numbers. None of that. But it gets to a point with him where he gets comfortable and now he plays hero ball and starts doing hero things, and it looks insane. If I'm being real. You got to start looking at him. Hey, Russ, pass the ball. It's hard to put him in certain lineups in certain spots because he can't shoot and he's just clocking shit up and he's 6'3", so you don't know what to do. And guess what happens when that happens? Sorry, Russ. We gotta trade you. Again, this is a Hall of Famer, by the way. 16. Send him to the Nuggets. Nuggets go sign him. Nuggets sign him, right? They think, okay, boom, we can make it work with him, right? He did well. He played well last year. He brought them another playmaker. Good on defense. He was smart, but he just has those dumb bonehead errors where you just can't explain it, and it's so frustrating for a coach and team. But you can't say anything. Because his offensive impact, it goes beyond volume scoring. I mean, he is relentless. He plays tough. He brings that. And people do like him as teammates, like person to person. I don't know about on the court, but they do. And, you know, he gets you high on the fast break points. But the turnovers are just so brutal. It just is. Defensively, I think he's okay. But he just does dumb stuff. He's super over-aggressive. He gambles too much. He loses focus of the ball. So, like, he'll be great, and then he'll just do some dumb stuff. You're like, oh, and he'll lose you a game. He's gonna have about 5 to 10 where he just loses you the game. You got him in too long. You got to give him in doses. It's like a Vegas or Miami weekend. You get in a dose, you go back to what you're doing because you're gonna be broke by the time you be there for a year. You might be broke trying to party too much. Just saying. You might be out here selling what you don't want to do. I'm just being honest with you. You got to get rid of it. So, overall, I think he doesn't have like a terrible playoff career. He's a Hall of Famer, but his impact to winning is, I don't think. What does it do? What does he do? He'll bring you stats. He'll make you competitive, but he's not going to get you a championship, which shows in his career. They call him Westbrook, which I think is mean. I would never do that. As a grown ass man, I'm not going to do that. But it got to a point where it's like, man, Russ, he's been so bad for so long. Is he a Hall of Famer anymore? I think so, but if there's a younger person, are you looking at Russ like, Russ? He ain't been good since 2017, 2018, maybe 2019. I'll give him. This about to be 2026, y'all. This is bad. I don't want to disparage this man. That's bad. Something has to be corrected. Just retire. I ain't gonna say not get your money, but let's be honest. This offseason, what happened? You try to get your money from Denver. What happened? They lowballed you. You had to leave. Now you're complaining, talking about they didn't want to pay you. I'm pretty sure they didn't want to pay you. I'm gonna be honest with you. They wanted to upgrade both of the shooting guards they had. You could have been a backup point guard. You don't know how to play that role. I don't think so. So now where are you at? You're on the Sacramento Kings this year, all right? Which I think this is his last stop. Let's be real. He barely got picked up. He got picked up in all the season. He had a really good game recently. They're 3-5, which is not promising. Again, it's the beginning of the season, but for me, where I think this is going to trend, I don't know. I don't know where he ends. This year, he's averaging 15, 7, and 5, which isn't terrible. It's pretty decent, I'll give him. But if you look at his past seasons, he had 13, 11 for the Clippers, 15, 15, 8. He haven't averaged 20. He averaged 22 in Washington. That was 2020. Houston, he averaged 27, which is really good. So yeah, 2019 was the last time where he was like dominating. I'll give you 2020 with the Washington, whatever. It's been some years, man. Retire, man. Don't want to see you like this, Russ. This is not what we want to see you like that. But I have to stand by my opinion. He does not impact winning, stat stuffer. I swear, they can chant MVP, they can charge Westbrook, anything they want to chant. I don't think he's a winner. They'll remember the fire. He's relentless. He has great energy. He brings that to you. He is not a winner. So you can tell me I'm wrong. Pull up the tape, pull up the stats, pull up the records, and let me know. So if you enjoyed that breakdown, man, hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into the real stories behind NBA legends. Do another series like this. Do you think I'm being fair, man? Let's debate it, man. Debate it in the comments. Let me know. We can build on this video. If it's really that deep, we can build on it. So this is Cash Club TV, and I'm out.